Badrul Hassan, lecturer in physics. So you have to remember the buoyancy and Archimedes law. So today we will discuss about the flotation, law of flotation. Write down law of flotation. Flotation. Law of flotation. Flotation means equilibrium. 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 Flotation means equilibrium. Flotation means equilibrium. Equilibrium, what do you mean by equilibrium? Equilibrium means, suppose this is an object and there is a weight acts in this direction, the another force acts in this direction. If it is tied with a rigid, if the tension is in this direction, if there is no change of the position of the object, if there is no change of the position of the object, that means E equals to W, and we say it is equilibrium. We can say net force means the effective force. Net force means the effective force, it will be zero. Net force or effective force, equilibrium means if two or more force act on an object, the total effective force. Okay, total force is zero, and we can say net force equals to zero. Then we can say that is the equilibrium. So the first condition for the flotation, the equilibrium. So net force will be zero. Equilibrium, that means net force is zero. Okay. On the other hand, we know another condition, weight of the body. Weight of the body is the second condition. Weight of the body. Weight of the body. Weight of the body equals to upthrust. 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 Upthrust means the buoyancy. Upthrust means the buoyancy. Upthrust means the buoyancy. Third condition. Third condition. Third condition. Weight of the body. Weight of the body. Weight of the body. Body equals to weight of fluid displaced by body. Weight of liquid. Weight of liquid displaced by body. Displaced by body. The three conditions are applicable for flotation of object. But you have to remember this condition is applicable for all cases. The net force is zero. Sometimes it will be correct, and weight of the body will be upward, upthrust. On the other hand, weight of the body equals to the liquid displaced by object. Suppose someone, this is the liquid. I elaborate it. This is the container, and the container contains some liquid. Suppose this is the container, and here is the liquid, and there is an object. This object here. Okay. It is floats on water. This is a floats on water. So weight of this body acts in this direction. Weight of this body in this direction, and upward upthrust, that means U or F, you can anyone. Here I noted the weight and upthrust in 2 points. Why it is? Sometimes it acts in the same point in opposite direction, and in many of the cases it acts on the different points. Suppose I have explained it. Suppose this is the if the object is rigid by a spring, then it is hanged by the string, but it's not the weight of the body is upthrust. Upthrust means এখানে একটা upthrust আছে, so it is not applicable for all cases. But here the net force is 0. If the tension of the force is T, then we can say W equals to U plus T, then this is the net force will be 0. So net force is 0, it is applicable for all cases for flotation. Upthrust, sometimes it may be correct or not, it's not applicable or not. So we can use F net, total force, net force acts on a flotation body will be 0. Okay. On the other hand, we know, suppose that if the density of the object is greater than of the object, the density of the object is greater than is the fluid. The density of the object is greater than, suppose the density of the object is rho s and the fluid is rho f. Fluid. So rho s is greater than rho f. If the density of the object is greater than the density of the liquid, then the condition will be the body will sink. This is the one condition for sink. Rho s is greater than rho. What is the figure? Suppose this is the container and some liquid are in this container, and this is the condition of the object. This is the object is sinking into the water. This is rho s is greater than rho f. If rho s is smaller than rho f, so the body will float. This is the float. What kinds of floats is? Suppose this is the container. Suppose this is the container which contains liquid, and rho f means this is the condition. Some part of the outside of the liquid and some parts inside the liquid. This is the condition for rho s is smaller than rho f. So what is the condition of when the rho s equals to rho f? What is the condition? What is the position of the object when rho s equals to rho f? So it means the density of the solid and density of the fluid will be equal. What is the position of the object? Okay? Think about this. What is the condition when the density of the object equals to density of the fluid? So, Tamam, what is the condition? Suppose this is the liquid, and this is the object. The object just float surface of the liquid. This is the condition. Rho s equals to rho f. It means limiting flotation. It means limiting flotation. Okay? Understand? So, this is the condition you can use this, but in all cases you cannot use this rho s equals rho s greater than. So these two conditions for flotation. One is rho s is smaller than rho s is smaller than rho f, and another is rho s equals to rho f. And only one condition which is sink, that is rho s is greater than rho f. This is the condition for sink, and this is the condition for flotation. Okay, come on. So the another condition we saw, suppose law of flotation, we know F net equals to 0. So total force on the object is 0, then we can say the object is float. So it means weight of the body equals to upthrust or buoyancy. We can write buoyancy. Weight of the body, it means we know weight of the body equals to mg, and upthrust means volume of the submerged parts of the object or the volume liquid. Rho f, volume is the fluid, and g, this is the upthrust. On the other hand, we can write M equals to rho V. So rho V means the volume of the object, rho S volume density of the object, and G. So BF rho F into G. So G kata dile here BS rho S equals to BF rho F. This is also the condition of the flotation. BS rho S equals to BF rho F. Okay, come on. Suppose flotation. Suppose this is the, what is the condition for this? This is, suppose this is the liquid. Okay, come. This is the container of liquid, and here the object which is floats on water. This is the BF. This is the BF. Which part submerged into the liquid? This volume. Okay, this volume is BF. Total volume of the object, it is BS. It is BS. Rho F is the density of the fluid, and rho S is the density of the object. You have to remember this. BF is the, if the full body is submerged to the liquid, then BF equals to BS. Otherwise, if some part of the object is upward of the liquid, then submerged part of the object will be the volume of the fluid. That is BF. Understand what is BF? BF means submerged part of the object. BS means full volume of the object. Rho F, density of the fluid, and rho F, density of the fluid, and rho S, density of the object. You can consider, suppose this is the area. This is the area of the object. Cross-sectional area of the is A. We know volume V equals to AH. Suppose we can write from this A, cross-sectional area in this part, all parts of the object is A. So we can write AHS rho S equals to AHF rho F. Okay. HF is the, what is the, this is the HF. This is the HF. Submerged part of the liquid. So A neglect, so rho HS. So we can write in upward. So we can write from this HS rho S equals to HF rho F. So this is also the condition for flotation. We have to remember this and this. And another is F net equals to G. Okay, understand what is the condition of the flotation? Okay, come on. Now we can solve some numerical problem according to this condition. Come on. Note down. Okay. Only 14 students are present. I will report your class teacher or the principal. Class 10 is a very important class in your life. Okay, come on. Are some numerical problem. Suppose this is the numerical problem. Numerical problem. Okay. Question number 1. Suppose this is the liquid. This is the object. The part of the object into the liquid is L by 4. L by 4. And total length of the object is L. Total length of the object is L. This is water. what will be the density? What will be the density? What will be the density of solid? That means rho s equals to what? Okay, understood. Come on. We know solid of the object, weight of the object. So this is the, we do not know the value of the volume. We do not know the volume of the object. So BS means AL. Suppose the area is A. The area is A. We can write AHS rho S G equals to AHF rho F into G. Now we can write HS rho S equals to HF rho F. So HS means L. Rho S means we do not know the value of rho S. HF means L by 4. And rho F means the fluid 10 to the power 3. Water. The density of the water is 10 to the power. So 10 to the power 3. So we can write this. Okay. So come on. So LL cut. So we can write rho S equals to 10 to the power 3 by 4. It means 250. So the density of the object will be 250 kilogram per meter cube. Understand? This is the density of the solid object. You can calculate in this way. On the other hand, you can write, suppose this is the, so rho HS equals to rho S equals to HF equals to rho F. Yeah, this is the condition. We can calculate, we calculate this in previous. So here HS equals to the L and rho S is the rho S and HF equals to the L by 4 and this is the 10 to the power 3. So rho S will be 10 to the power 3 by 4. So it will be 250. You can complete this type of thing. Okay, count. We can say another mathematical problem. Come on. An iceberg, suppose the density of the iceberg is 0.9 gram per centimeter cube. An iceberg floats on seawater. The density of seawater is 1.1 gram per centimeter. The density of seawater is 1.1 into 1.1 gram per centimeter cube. Okay. Find the flotation. Find the flotation fraction of. Find the fraction of ice. Fraction of ice which is visible to ship above sea level. Suppose Titanic. Some iceberg hanging in front of the ship, and the driver can see the iceberg. Which part is visible? Which fraction of the ice is visible to him? This is the question. Okay. Try this. Suppose this is the sea. This is the sea, and there is iceberg. Suppose this is the iceberg. You can consider this is the iceberg. This is the iceberg. Okay. Total length of the ice is L. Consider it. And lower portion is X and upper portion is Y. You can write this. You can consider this. Or another reason, it's not necessary which part is visible to us. This is X. So density of the seawater will be 1.1 gram per centimeter cube, and density of ice is rho I equals to 0.9 gram per centimeter. Okay, down. This is the question. We know, come on, we know HI, rho I. We know HS, then we can write this. HS rho S equals to HF into rho F. HS means HI rho I equals to, so HF rho F. Suppose total length is L and rho I is 0.9. So HF means X, rho F means 1.1. Okay? 1.1. So L into 0.9 into X into 11. So X by L. X by L equals to 9 by 11. This part is, this fraction is submerged into the liquid. So which part of the visible? So the visible part equals to 1 minus 9 by 11. So it will be 2 by 11. 2 by 11. Understand? This part is the beneath of the water level, or submerged into water, and this part is the visible. Understand? Okay, yes or no?
স্যার মুছেন না, একটু পর।
Okay. Numerical problem. Okay, complete?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now, so you have to this other question. Suppose this object, then we make a problem. This is the object. Suppose this is the object. And an object is placed in any place. So the weight of the object acts in this direction, and upward thrust is acts in this direction. This is upward thrust, we denoted by is U. If another lead is this, then this will be the upward thrust. Okay. If suppose we can calculate a mathematical problem. Suppose this is a container. This is a container, and this is the water. Suppose this is water. Okay. Water. This is water. The density of water is rho W equals to 1 gram per centimeter. 1 gram per centimeter cube. I can write this in this portion. Okay. Suppose this is the container. Okay. This is the container. The density of water is 1 gram per centimeter. Understand? And there is a ice. This is the ice. This is the ice, and the density of ice, equals to 0.9 gram per centimeter. And there is another liquid here. The upper portion, there is another liquid. This is kerosene. Suppose there is no. This is kerosene. Kerosene. The density of kerosene is 0.8 gram. 0.8 gram per centimeter cube. Okay. 3 objects are here. One is the liquid water. Another is ice. Ice is between kerosene and water. And this is the kerosene. The density of the kerosene is that. The question is, what is the ratio of the length of the ice? What is the ratio of ice? What is the ratio of ice which is present in water to kerosene well. Suppose the ice is in equilibrium. Suppose the ice is in equilibrium. Suppose the ice is in equilibrium. This is the condition. Okay, come on. If this is the object, there is a liquid and there is a water and the ice is here and there is another liquid. This is the kerosene. Okay, I draw the figure here. So this part is Y and this part is X. Suppose this part in water, the part of the ice is Y, and upper portion of the kerosene is X. Okay, the cross-sectional area of the ice is suppose A. When it is submerged into liquid, the weight acts in this direction, W. Okay. In this direction, in upward direction, the water applied a upward thrust by water, and there is another upward thrust which acts by kerosene. That is the UK. Okay. Kerosene, water. So 2 forces of X in upward direction and 1 forces is X in downward direction. So we can write W equals to UW plus UK. So total weight equals to the upward thrust by the liquid, by the water, and upward thrust by the kerosene. Okay. So this is the weight of the ice. So weight of the ice, IMIG, upward thrust by the water, BW, rho W, G, plus kerosene BK, rho K into G. Understand? So G cancel. So we can write BI, rho I equals to BW, rho W plus VK, rho K. Okay, come on. There is no portion which is seen by you. So this is the portion. Okay. Please. Okay. So now I clear the board for this part. So come on. This will be the volume of the ice. Volume of the ice. The cross-sectional area is A. Volume of the ice X plus Y. Height X plus Y. So X plus Y, and density of the ice, it is 0.9. Okay. Volume of the water part. Water Y. A, Y, and the density of water is 1. Okay, plus volume of the kerosene, area is A and kerosene's part is X. So the density of kerosene was 0.8. Okay, come on. So A X plus Y into 0.9 equals to Y plus X into 0.8. Now multiply by 10 in both sides, so we can X plus Y equals to 10Y plus 8X. So 9X plus 9Y, 10Y plus 8X. Okay, come on. So we can write 9X minus 8X, 10Y equals to minus 9Y. So X equals to Y. So we can write Y by X equals to 1:1. Y by X equals to 1. Y by X is to 1. So we can say the half part of the ice into the water and half part into the kerosene. Understand? How can calculate the rotation math? Okay? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Note down. Okay, thank you. That's all. In next class, we discuss about the Pascal law. This topic is also interesting, and that topic is also very important to your exam. I hope you are well and you stay safe, stay home. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.